What is going on? I'm Zedbot. Second video of the day, maybe your first if you don't give a hoot about the War Factory. Gonna quickly collect the chests, then jump into Warships. Now you'll see that I'm up at level 17, starting to cruise. And the reason for that cruising, let me tell you, Mr. Zuka, I made drastically bad mistakes, but I'm okay losing to someone called Mr. Zuka. Now, the tech tree, this is the choice that made all the difference for me. I was sitting here waffling or pancaking or whatever the heck is, trying to decide if I was going to go for critters or go for troop health. Had a couple chats with some people, thought about it a little bit, and troop health affects everything. Critters are just going to be another way to clear mines that I don't think are going to go all that far. So if you have the choice between troop health and critters, troop health probably the right answer. I'm gonna grab that second sky shield and we're heading for rocket launchers, my friend. I know rocket launchers are very much not my typical deal, but in this case I figured, you know what, defense is the thing this season, so we might as well get some defenses. So I am going to drop my sky shield somewhere in about here. Need to move it ever so slightly, trying to make people dig a little bit deeper, make those barrage players. A lot of players are going and getting this engine room, making them get this engine room as well. Going to make things a little bit interesting. Let's quickly show you a couple of my wins, just because I'm probably going to lose once I start recording. This is the standard. By the way, Sky Shield left shore, terrible idea. Using Barrage to clear mines, because what I'm going to do in about now is get the troops into this corner. This corner is like my secret little hack, and it gets all of the troops going. And I want to show you that one more time because I realize I skipped over a lot of details. So watch when I flare in this corner, what happens to the troops that are on that left-hand side. So we're going to drop... We're just going to watch this left-hand side right now. The Zukas are dropped slightly to the right of our rifles. That way they're out of the range of all of those mines. And then watch this. As soon as that flare comes out, watch this. Watch where our Zukas go. They go exactly where we want them to go. They're going to go clear that middle engine room. So flaring our Zukas far away, doing great things for us. So I highly recommend flaring into that corner. Just, you need to be very aware of what's going to kill the troops. So I think I do that in basically every one of my attacks here. Let's have one more look here. I'm going to keep it zoomed out. Again, rifles and Zukas on that left, rifles and Zukas on that right. And now just clearing all of the mines. Waiting for that mortar right there to be gone. As soon as that mortar's gone, boom, the flare's going to come out. See how I called that? I'm so predictable. And then right here, need to get this shock right here out. Look how wonderful that spread is. That just gives me all sorts of happy thoughts. So, fairly straightforward attacks, not getting crazy times. I mean, it's very rare that I'm getting like a 3-minute time. Usually it's like 2:47 or something like that. Definitely doing a little bit faster on my other account, but I feel like it's just working. My base definitely standing up, and then like this base was causing me a little bit of trouble at the beginning, but just absolutely crushing it now that I'm starting to flare my troops using the gunboat energy. And I know I have level 4 of Barrage, but it really isn't doing anything for me. Barrage at this point, kind of useless, which is a little bit unfortunate. And this person's shock mines down here saving us some gunboat energy because it actually held our troops off of that engine room, doing all sorts of good stuff for us. So those shock mines, people who are building their bases think it's actually going to help them, but it ends up helping me. So a little bit of bonus there. And I know I probably should be going with 4 boats of Zukas, 4 boats of the rifle zombies, but I just love them far too much. So I was clinging, like literally clinging. I'm going to do a little bit different here. They've got like nothing on this left-hand side. So I'm going to do a little bit differently. And then we're just going to drop all of our stuff over here, barraging. Now, the reason why I didn't drop nearly as many troops on that left-hand side is because they've got all cannons, which seems a little bit strange to me. Maybe they're going to trick me in some fashion, but it feels like that shouldn't be a big deal. Now, Again, just waiting, waiting, waiting. We're going to go probably one more shock, just trying to get as many of the things as we possibly can, and then sending our troops far and away, hoping that that flare is going to expire. Now, I only have tick 3 flares, and it seems to be doing fairly well for me at this point. You'll notice that we've got a couple Zookas hanging out alongside that engine rooms, all of our troops coming in hot, shocking all of the things. This is not going super duper well. I feel like I've made a couple mistakes along the way, but at the same time, clearing all of these mines, hoping that we can get it from both sides. I feel like if I could flare that engine room, we would definitely be doing a little bit better, but I think I just am starting to overthink things a little bit. We're doing fine. Our times are doing A-okay. Now I'm going to throw this barrage out right about now, just waiting for that sky shield to go down, throwing the flare out, and not a great time, like 14 seconds slower than last time, but Ratchet and Clank, great game by the way. That second Sky Shield likely going to be doing some good stuff for us. So, second Sky Shield making the opponents change things up. My first attack, or first defense, I should say, with that Sky Shield, and their time not super duper good, 227. So there you go. Troop health versus critters, troop health winning in the first instance anyways. And one more quick note on that behalf, looking at the tech tree. That second Sky Shield, right below troop health. Critters are going to have to come back for it. So skipping critters, probably the right choice there. And if I get this chest in gold, which there's no way I won't, we're going to get that extra gunboat energy as well. And I am not going to be spending any tokens on upgrading it, but even just that little 10% boost it's going to give us is going to be helpful. So cruising along. This is definitely a push point. I should be spending a little bit more time on this than I'm going to, but not the end of the world. Dropping all of our dudes over into here, and dudettes, I suppose, is a proper way to phrase that one. Going all of the barrage, trying to clear all of the mines well in advance of our troops getting there. That is my #1 goal at the moment. And then just trying to keep some of our troops alive. So we've got all of the things starting to fall into place. And then just this flare right here, folks. That is the one. Those what are those things called? Clone rifles are going to stay in behind, and then that flare is going to expire. So if you've got tick 4 flares, probably not going to be able to pull this off quite as well as we're just watching, hoping that that final machine gun goes down. There we go. Now, the perfect shock right there. That is a poorly placed Sky Shield, my friends. Should be all done except for the crying here in the next few seconds. So many Zookas in the right spot that now that's where I feel like I probably should be using an extra boat of Zookas or so. And then the magic barrage right on top of that engine room. Much better time. So lots of good things happening, my friends. I know a lot of you I've seen on Discord talking about how you can get into gold. I feel like this is the easiest way to get into gold, is with that troop health. I do have building health, so this person is gonna struggle a little bit for gunboat energy, but they are gonna get my base down in 239. That is fairly quick. We pulled out the win anyways though, so cruising along, and I feel like that is the right choice, going from right to left. Anyone who goes left to right's a little bit slower. So let's see times on my base. 239, 223, 232. Good. Leaving 2 engine rooms up. That battle frustrated the heck out of me. I'm going to show you this one because I made it like a drastic mistake. Trying to be smart, I put my Zookas on the left-hand side of that ramp, thinking that they could then clear that flamethrower with no shocks. But of course, when I flared up into that corner, everyone died. Like I'm barraging my own troops. All of my Zookas are dead at this point. And so when I flared into that corner, everyone just died. Like, just terrible. So if you're attacking this side, make sure you put your Zookas on the right if you have them. You can also use clone rifles for that same sort of strategy, but just dumb maneuvers. So that win-loss streak right there, only interrupted by dumb attacks on my part, which just shows that that corner flare is working fairly darn well. that machine gun, that is a well-placed machine gun, because that is going to cause me all sorts of grief. So we're going to go something like this, dropping our Zookas as far to the right as we can. And now if you see something here that you're like, Zed, you gotta change that up just a little bit. If you did X, Y, and Z, things would go a little bit smoother. Please don't hesitate to let me know. I realize that these attacks are not perfect. They are still a work in progress. But so far, so good, I gotta say. These things are going fairly smoothly. I don't have any drastic complaints, but just need to tidy things up a little bit. As we watch, most of our Zookas are about to go poof on that mine right there, but the fact that we do have troop health means we might have a chance to keep some of them alive. So this is the moment of truth right here. Yeah, there we go. Cruising. Really can't recommend this nearly enough. Just so much good stuff happening right now, and I'm sure there are ways I can improve this, but at the same time, we're getting a lot of good value here out of all of the things. So cruising, and earlier in the day before I got troop health, I was really struggling and concerned that I might fall out of gold, but at this point, just absolutely crushing all of the bases. So as I say that, not getting a good time on this base at all. So I'm going to leave the video with that, win or loss, but you know if it's a loss, I'm going to keep going. 239. They are coming in, cruising towards the final engine room, but it's not going to be fast enough. So troop health for all of the wins. Really digging this. Cruising, and I think I'm #1 New Zealand. If you're wondering why the heck I'm in New Zealand, it's because this account was created on vacation and it never got moved back. So Zedmot cruising in New Zealand. If you are in New Zealand, please hit me up in the comments. I don't like being on a leaderboard that I don't live in, but I get a bunch of comments from people in New Zealand saying they kind of like watching my progress up there. So anyways, that is all for me. I'm going to keep pushing. Oh, no, that is not all for me. We're going to get that GBE node, and then I'm going to save all of those tokens right there, because we need, what the heck? Oh, look at that. You can jump right into the creator boost from Warships. I thought you had to actually go out. Kind of neat little, I had no idea. Anyways, that is all for me. Do consider jumping in, throw in creator code ZEDMOT in your box. You can do it from Warships, even though I had absolutely no idea you could do that. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let me know what rank you're at. I will hopefully be in 18 of the next 2 battles. Things seem to be trending in that direction. That is all from me. I'm ZEDMOT. Peace!